Now it's lovely.
Oh, it's so lovely.
You have fitted in so perfectly there.
Thank you.
What did you? Were you expecting to get a call like that?
No, I did not expect to get a call like that. So I was like a Strictly fan anyway, so we all are. So I was watching and one day it popped up, Darcy stops, and I call Ota, I was like, what's happening over there? And she's like, we don't know. She's just stopped. And I was like, oh, okay. And we joked about that, and I was like, I made a joke. I said, they should call me, but we both laughed. And then like 3-4 weeks later, I called her back. I was like, they called me.
Oh, my God.
And we laughed again. And afterwards, I was like, yeah, I've met everybody and went through the process. And they kept me waiting and waiting. They had to clear this. And every time, I was just honoured to be asked. So I was like, oh, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. It's just an honour to get the call.
When you got the call, did you have to talk it through with Oti? Because, of course, your sister is on the show.
Well, yes, she was the first person I told, well, after my husband. And I was like, yeah, look, this has happened. And she was really, really happy for me. We both never had a thing like that in our mind. That's why, as a joke. But they kept me waiting. And the longer I was waiting, the longer I didn't want to do it anymore.
Really? Why?
Because I got nervous, because then you really want to do it.
Yeah.
And then you don't want the rejection. Yeah. So I was like, please don't call me. Just send me a text. You're in or you're out or whatever. But, yeah, I met them again in London.
Well, you've been brilliant. You really have. But as always, you start the show and, of course, two women can never get on. And as soon as you start, they pit you against Shirley and say that there's some sort of competition there. Yeah. Not the case at all.
No, it's whether you give in it or not, and if you're professional and you have respect for each other. And that's something that I bring along with. And I'm not going to engage in any of that kind of negativity. I said it from the onset. So I don't. I mean, we can only learn from each other. I watch her and I'm thinking Shirley is such a great icon in our dance world, and we get along so well. And she has energy, of course, and she has her opinion and she's strong about it, and I love it. And it makes me even stronger because I feel as a woman, look at her, we can do this together.
Yeah.
In your, you've been very open about your growing up in South Africa and your family. I mean, that is not an easy childhood that you had.
No, it's not an easy childhood. And while we were in it, we couldn't actually really be aware of it. It's when you get older, you have your own child, when you speak to other children, what they had, and you're like, oh, that was quite tough. But we toughened up. We grew up in the situation where we didn't even have to think about it so much. We just
We're talking about, you know, the fear of violence, racial discrimination to the extreme.
Yes.
And one thing which I thought for a little girl is so sad, that you found your light in dancing.
Yes.
So you would go to the dance contests, but know that because you were black, you would be voted out first.
Yes. And the first few times you cry. I mean, you just literally cry. And your parents can't even do anything about it until we got involved. It was like that. Dancing was for us like our holy world where we could be free. And when we got to the competitions, they used to laugh at us because we didn't have the right shoes. Our parents didn't know we didn't have the right dresses. We had our hair like this. We learned with the process and we got stronger, and then we beat them and we were saying, bye.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It must make you incredibly strong as a person.
Yeah, I think we were forced. Our parents were always saying, you cannot believe this. If somebody tells you you're not good enough because you're black, you cannot believe that. In school, if somebody tells you you're not going to be on the netball team or something like that, you cannot believe that. So we had this from our parents, which made them tough, but I understood why they were tough like that, so we could survive. Otherwise, you just wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't even dream. Our parents didn't have the money, but they were like, I want our children to travel. So they traveled all over South Africa. So when I was the first one to say I'm going overseas, they were proud because I was doing something more than they had achieved. And for them, it was a big deal. But, I mean...
Well, they must.
So what do they think about
now?
you and Oti being on the same show now, your family?
It's funny because I've been doing the show in Germany for quite a while, but it didn't go over to South Africa. And because of the connection with the UK and South Africa, they see it now. And I think it really hit them. Like, my dad wrote me the sweetest, longest message after the first show. I couldn't believe him. I was like, is this my dad? He was so emotional. They are so proud. And my dad always said, the best support you have is your family and your sisters. You guys need to keep tight no matter what. And that's what we keep tight. Of course, we knew with OT when we started there might be a thing, but I said, let's be professional about this. You do your thing, I do our thing, and you excel, and that's all we have to do at that point.
Well, I mean, this year's contestants, obviously this weekend's a semi-final. We are hurtling towards that glitterball trophy. And it's, I mean, last weekend, I mean, it was quite, I don't want to use the word controversial because it wasn't, because that's what happens when it comes down to judging. But obviously it came down between Alex and it came down to Chris, and you judges were divided. And of course, Shirley, because she's head judge, it was her vote that took it over. So Chris stayed in. Really
I was crying.
Yeah.
I was like in tears. I was like, what am I going to do here? Because it's so close to the final. And everybody's working so hard. And when I started the show, I was like, you know, I'm in Germany. I don't know the celebrities, so I can't be emotionally attached like I usually am in Germany. So I can do my thing and then go. And I 12 weeks, I know these people. I've seen them on the floor. We meet, we drink, we eat, we go to the party, and you grow, your hearts grow. And I was like, no, I don't want to send anybody home. You know, that's not my thing. We don't have that dance-off in Germany.
Yeah, it's a different voting system out there, isn't it? The public have more of a say.
Yeah, it's like our vote, their vote together, and the lowest one, bye. So, but here it's like, for me, it feels like double rejection.
Yeah.
Like your low score and bye.
Who have you been most impressed with? Because, of course, Kelvin came in as a replacement.
Yes.
And I'm sad because he was here the other day and you think, oh, maybe this weekend you'll get your 40.
There's something about his soul that he puts on the floor, which I really love to watch, like just him having fun with the dance. This is what you want to see when a person dances, the fun part of it, yeah? But the people are so good. I mean, Karim and
he got
Emma.
the 40, he got all the 40s, didn't he? He got the whole lot.
She's classy. She's, you know, I say we come with a different energy. The boys are physical. They've got the muscles. They're pushing it, and they can put up all that energy. And she's fine. You know, the movements are very fine and very detailed. I would give it to all three. That's my problem. So I'm just waiting to see, to be honest, the person that's going to come on that dance floor, be fearless, and have a time of a lifetime. It is a competition, but it's a beautiful journey, something they went through, and to celebrate it. And that person, if they convince me, I'm gonna be all for it, because I don't want a competition. You know, I don't want a competition. I want to feel. I want goosebumps. I want to cry. I want to be jumping up and down.
Well, we love you on that.
Yeah,
You're
thank
amazing.
you. Semi-final. Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, go on.
Blah, blah.
7 p.m, obviously on BBC One, and it's lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.